The thrust of the question is about the impact, and if the guests think that there's enough information out there already, or whether the Mayor needs to be doing more to actually monitor the impact on London. And Geoff?
Monitoring individual changes is much easier than monitoring cumulative changes, and there's plenty of tracking of individual changes going on, but in terms of the cumulative effect, as Mayor Pipe said, the DWP have said that it's really just too difficult to do. Local Government Association is going to try and do it. I was at a meeting a couple of weeks ago where this was being discussed, and certainly it is methodologically very difficult, but I think we have to try. Citizens Advice also intends to try to do the same thing, and no doubt we'll be talking to the LGA about possibly collaborating over that. If, for example, you take an individual change like the council tax change, you've got the New Policy Institute with their website tracking what each local authority is doing, and you've got the research that individual agencies are doing. But when it comes to the cumulative impact, it's much more challenging. In terms of the effects on local authorities, I think Mayor Pipe's probably best placed to respond to that. In terms of the impact on other supporting agencies, I've already mentioned the conundrum that we have in the advice sector, that the demand goes up while the resources go down.
Thank you. Jules?
I mean, specifically on I think we're asking about the Mayor. I mean, I'm not sure what resources the Mayor has to track this. I would hope that at least that he was listening to both what's just been outlined, and those of us, and including London councils, who are trying to track this, and take that message back to government on behalf of London. But the problem that we face, though, is that we are monitoring the impact, not predicting, because it is so impossible to predict. It's a myriad changes, all coming at once. Also, it's one's trying to predict human behaviour as well. That's kind of also overlaid to this, and people in crisis, what their reaction will be. I mean, when asked about under occupancy, for example, what tenants would do faced with this, a survey we did showed that the least likely was taking a lodger, then ask for a relative. They would then expect to be able to find sufficient work or extra work to pay for it, ask another family member to help them out, move, and we've gone over those figures, but the most likely one was go into arrears.
The Commons Local Government Committee recently took evidence on this, and they expressed concern that the DWP was withholding data and guidance on a number of issues, which has really made it difficult for councils to plan ahead. Is that something that's been a particular problem in London boroughs?
Yes, I believe it has been across London. It certainly has within my own borough. I've got no reason to believe that any other borough is any different. In fact, actually, I can see the person from London Councils who knows this nodding, so I can confirm that yes, it is the same across London. The figures come through periodically, can change quite significantly, and also certainly within my own borough, I know that they contain errors.
One of the things I asked the Mayor to do was to press for data on movements of claimants between boroughs to be published. Would it help if we had those figures and we could really start to see the pattern in London?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Kate?
To pick up on that specific point, we know that the DWP can track individual housing benefit claimants because they've got unique identification numbers. We've been pressing them to publish data which would show the actual movement between boroughs, and as yet they've resisted that, but I think that would be very helpful for boroughs in planning. Just picking up on the kind of wider point about monitoring, I think it's quite important when we kind of think about the impacts of these changes that we monitor them against the objectives they were actually supposed to achieve. So in terms of kind of what's been expressed in terms of the policy objectives, we've had kind of decreasing rents. So we've seen so far that we're not seeing that impact in particular. There's obviously the desire to increase work incentives, the desire I'm sure everybody on the panel shares. The feedback we're getting from boroughs so far is that the thing that's holding back people who are thinking about taking up a job, perhaps in response to some of these changes, is the high costs in London, so particularly high childcare costs for parents. The other obviously key objective that's been set out is tackling overcrowding. We know that that's the kind of intention of the bedroom tax, and whether it can achieve that will obviously to some extent depend on the actual supply of properties in London. But we're also hearing from many boroughs that as a result of the benefit cap, many households are thinking of going into smaller accommodation where they will themselves overcrowd. So I think it's really kind of key that we keep those objectives in mind when we actually think about what is the impact of these policies and are they achieving those desired objectives.
That's a very good point. I'm afraid I'm out of time there, so thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you. And we